Hello everybody, this is Kittens and this is an update video. In this video I will be giving you guys the update I promised you a few weeks ago. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. First and foremost, I wanted to mention some things about Ever 17. First and the most important thing is this is not my copy of the game. This is a friend's copy that he installed on my computer. He used his system data in order to do this, and by using his system data, it's going to have, the choices he made, and it's going to have the stuff of that nature. I can't say for sure exactly what his data will do. It might open up a new path, it might make new choices, it might, make it so I can't do a certain route, whatever. He has given me what he thinks, what he knows is going to happen. He gave me a flowchart with numbers instead of, the actual which choice to pick. And then he put, a keyword or something in there so I knew which choice to pick. So that's what he is doing for me for that. So don't worry about, me accidentally doing, I think it's called the final route or something. But don't worry about that if you wrote a flowchart, so that won't happen. But if you notice any inconsistencies with a first-time playthrough, that's why. I apologize. I don't want to risk deleting the system data because I did that on, I forgot the name of the visual novel. It was either G-String, in which that's not a sexual reference. That's a violin reference if you ever played G-String, or I forgot what other one it was that I might have played. But basically, when I deleted the system data, it wanted me to install using the key, the CD key. And I'm not going to risk that happening because my friend lives almost 2 hours away, and he's not going to come out here and reinstall that for me. So if that happens, I'm pretty much sunk because this game is extremely hard to find. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was about the commentary. I'm actually doing commentary. Let me reword that. I'm actually doing the commentary for every episode. But when I'm doing the commentary, or if I go back and listen to it, and I notice, hey, there's not a lot of content, there's not a lot of information or anything, or there's a lot of dead spaces or whatever. If I'm just not happy with the commentary, I'm probably not going to upload it. That being said, I do promise to give my impressions of the story at the end of each of the days in the game. I've been told there's 7 or 8 days, so I promise I'm going to give my, at least in some form, an update video, a little, hey, this is what I thought of day 1 video, whatever. I do promise that is what's going to happen. I am going to give you guys my opinion of the episodes, or the days, I should say. That's the minimum I can promise. I do apologize. I do promise I am going to do Coco's route, or the true end, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know what the frick it's called. But I'm going to be doing that final route, full commentary, just because a lot of people have been bugging me saying, hey, I want to see a reaction to this. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But nah, in all seriousness, I am going to be doing the final route, definitely with commentary, and there are going to be videos giving my impressions. Another reason why there might not be commentary for every episode is you got to keep in mind, these are hour-and-a-half episodes. And for me to literally do commentary, I was out of breath by the end of this. I think it was episode 3 or episode 2. I have 4 episodes recorded right now. And I was literally almost out of breath. I could barely talk. I had to keep downing water. It was an hour-and-a-half constant talking. It almost killed me. And I didn't want to pause the video because then it'd be obvious when I did that. I did mention in episode 1 if there's any major issues, you know, maybe, hey, I edited it wrong and I put one part before, after another part when it's supposed to go before it. I do apologize. Let me know. I will re-up it that day, probably, or the next day it'll be re-uploaded. But yeah, you know, and Sony Vegas is kind of glitchy. You need to keep that in mind. With audio levels especially, I think one of the people that was watching my Ever 17 episode 1 video commented on the audio issues in a part of the episode, and that's Sony Vegas, and I do apologize, but I mean, that usually doesn't show up on the rendering. What that does is when you split a video, sometimes Sony Vegas takes the like if there's like a loud sound in the beginning of the video, or that part, or something, or soft sound, sometimes it'll readjust the sounds. It's hard to catch when it does that. It really is. I do apologize for that. If it keeps happening, I'm probably just going to switch video editing software. But for the time being, I don't think it's that big of an issue. So that's basically it for Ever 17. If there's any more questions, just post them in the comments of this video, and I'll answer them for you. Now, next thing I want to go over is Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Crystal is not on hiatus. It's not canceled. It's not, oh, I'll do it when I feel like it. It's none of those things. Pokemon Crystal, I have been losing my voice, as I believe I mentioned. I hope I mentioned. But I've been losing my voice, and Pokemon Crystal is almost done. So what I've been doing since I lost my voice, I really can't, you know, fix any commentary mistakes or anything like that, right? Earlier, I should say. Basically, what I was doing is I was just going through each of the videos and making sure everything was aligned, and Pokemon Crystal will be back in action starting next week, in full force. It'll probably be 2 episodes on Monday, 2 episodes on Friday, and probably, you know, an episode in between there. So about 5 episodes next week of Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Crystal is, you know, it's a nice game. I like it. I feel there's not much I really can inform the player on, since either A, I'm going to be going into competitive aspects, or B, I'm going to be going into in-game aspects, or C, I'm just going to be blazing through the game. And no matter what you pick, I mean, if you haven't played Pokemon before, you don't want to start with Crystal to begin with. And if you have played Pokemon before, chances are you've played Crystal versions. So I guess I don't know who this LP is really supposed to be for in terms of audience, but I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it at least a little bit. If you're not, you know, whatever. It'll be done soon enough. I'm really hoping you guys are going to enjoy Ever 17, because that's more of a game that I feel people haven't played. I haven't played. And I feel that that genre of games is something people might enjoy, even though they've never played it before. They might not enjoy it. I don't know. And finally, I wanted to comment on, yesterday I uploaded a episode of Kittens Lessons, and I'm going to probably do a few more episodes of those, just, you know, as a random joke or whatever. I want to say I do not mean anything offensive. I have no issues with people that are homosexual. I have no issues with, I mean, I don't mean to offend people that may have a drug addiction, or, you know, an alcohol addiction or whatever. None of this is meant to be offensive. If it does offend you, I do apologize. It's completely done in fun. There's no malicious intent or whatever. If there's any other questions or any other comments or whatever, post them in the comment section. I'll definitely answer them. So this is Kitten signing off, and I will see you all next time. Later, people.